Okay, so we had I told you in the last video that we were making the forms for for what will be the mold, if you will, for the posts. This is what we have. So these are what we will use. 4 of them for each one on each side. It's going to be how long the beam is, and that will be what gives us this. So that will turn into that. So we have a lot of these, and so what we're going to be doing is cutting the steel, making tie wire, and then bending steel. So that's what's going on for the next part of our project here. Okay, so this is what we do. We get the long steel bar. One of us holds it here, and the other one cuts. We go back and forth because it's a little strenuous on the back. And we use this big bolt cutter to cut through these 10 millimeter steel bars. And we've got to get 230 pieces cut. So we just passed 100 pieces, so we're halfway there for what we're doing today. And then this afternoon we will bend the steel into the rings. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so what I just told you guys, ignore that. We're not bending right now. I was reminded that we have a whole nother section of things we have to do. We have to cut tie wire to a certain length so that we can tie the rings that we're gonna bend later to the steel bars that are gonna be the post. So let me show you how we do this. All right, so we've got the tie wire here. See if I can do this one-handed. We got the tie wire. We bend it to where we want it to be, and then we cut it. And here's my pile so far. I've not made very many yet. It seems like I've been here for quite a while and making a lot, but we have to make like 3,000, so we've got a long way to go. Okay guys, so we cut the steel bars. So these used to be 20 feet long, I think. So we cut them into this length, 46 inches approximately. And now let's see, how many do we cut? We cut like 230 pieces like this, as I showed you a minute ago. And so now we take these ones and we put it in this bender here, all right? So put it in here, we line it up, and we bend. First bend, turn it over, next bend, turn it over. We can check it to see that I did not make that very straight, so we just straighten it out a little bit. Do the next bend. Still not quite straight. And another one. I did not make this one very straight. I'm still getting the hang of this. There we go. Okay, and for the last bend, there we go. Okay, and we end with a steel ring, so a square ring. So we take these rings, got a big pile of them here now. Let me show you what we got. This is what I've done so far. We got a pile of them. We need to have, like I said, there's 230 or so that we have to do. And just gonna take a little bit. Here's all the bars we have to do. It's gonna take some time. So, but anyway, again, I want to show you what this is gonna look like. Let me grab this one. We're gonna take it over here. We're gonna put it over the top of this. Now we're gonna take these lines down. It's gonna come down here, and then we're gonna tie it like this, okay? This is gonna be on there. It's gonna be about there, every 4 to 6 inches. And it's gonna help us get the form, the the steel staying in this form that we want. And so yeah, that's what we're doing today. Okay, day 3 of this week's video. We've been tearing apart the bottom here so that we can start making the forms. We had to take down, if you remember, there was like a guardrail type thing. We had to take all of that down. And as you see here, we already have the first ring in place there. These are the rings that I was bending yesterday. So the way we do this one, we put it up here like this one, and we'll bring it down here. And then we'll use that tie wire that I was showing you that we had to cut, and we'll tie it onto this one. So this is the project for today. We had a lot of grinding we had to do to get some things off and whatnot, and there's been a couple questions regarding the stability since this is rusted, right? So what we're actually doing is we're taking more of these 16mm steel bars, and it's going to butt up right next to each other. It's going to go all the way from the bottom. It's going to go all the way up for the second floor. So it's going to be, how many feet is that going to be? That's going to go straight up. So it's going to be for a 10-foot ceiling here, and then another 9 feet for the top. So I guess 19 feet. That's going to be on that one. So those of you that have been worried about the rustiness of these ones, this is something we are addressing. So yeah, that's what's going on. They're in there right now using the grinder to finish some of the other things that we're working on. Did some welding a little bit ago, and that's what's going on today. Okay, so now that we're doing this part, we've got to take the 16mm steel bars that I was telling you guys about, that we're going to connect to those ones that were sticking out of the roof. We got to take them from downstairs to upstairs. So we're going to carry them out. We're going to lean them there, and then we'll go up and pull them all the way up to the second floor, and then start tying them onto the other steel bars that are already there. So just see, we already decided, put the steel bars for each post are there, but we can't tie those rings onto the post yet until these steel bars are added onto those ones. It's the concept of sistering like wood to make it a stronger thing. I don't know if it's entirely the same or not, but that is what we are doing today. So hang in there a few more minutes, and I'll show you how we actually connect these steel bars to these steel bars, and how we connect the rings to stay in the place that we want them to be. Okay, so we've got the new steel bars being sistered with the old steel bars. Got to make sure that they're tied secure and properly and not tangled and going straight and everything. So we get the tie wire there, and then twist it tight to get it to where it won't move at all. So this is the next step. We'll be doing this for that post, and that post today. I think maybe we'll set up the other 2 posts tomorrow. I'm not sure if today or tomorrow, and then start doing the rings. So stay tuned. So we had to put one of the rings at the top to keep it its form, and now we got to pull all the other rings from the bottom and tie them up to the top and just bring them down one at a time, because obviously they want to start at the bottom and go up to get the spacing proper. So we tied a extra piece of I don't even know what that is, a wire rope type thing. So we're going to use it to tie all those up, and then bring them down little by little to tie them into place. So this is what we were able to finish yesterday, and our starting point today. This post is completely done. This post is completely done. Well, as far as we're doing until we finish cementing. And then they were building the scaffolding, is what they call it. I don't know if we would still call it the same thing. I think so. It's still scaffolding, I would say. To give a full working around the post, we have to have it for when we are pouring the cement and everything, so they decided to go ahead and do it now. So this post is almost done, about halfway, regarding tying the rings. And this one, they just have a little bit on the top. And this one, they have a little bit on the bottom. So the goal is to get all these posts finished today. I don't know if we're going to meet the goal. I hope we are, but I'm not sure if we are. I've got a few things I've got to do before I can come over and start helping with this one. And this afternoon we're going to a prayer meeting, so we only have like 5 hours to get this finished for the day. So we'll see. I hope it'll go well. It is moving fast, but yeah, this is what's going on. Next week is going to be a little bit more challenging because we're going to be putting up those forms that I showed you in the beginning of the video, and around the post, like that's where the scaffolding is there. That's going to take a long time. It's going to be something that is slow moving, and while a couple of us are doing that, the other ones are going to be carrying sand from the road down there, carrying buckets of sand from there, bringing it up here, and it's just going to be a really slow process. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing every single day, and it's going to feel like we haven't done anything for the whole week. And that's just what happens sometimes in construction things. You get to this part, like right now. We can look at it, we can really see the difference that we've made this week. Next week, it's not going to be that way at all. It's going to look like we haven't done anything, even though we've done quite a bit. So that is it for this week. And so until next week then, thanks for watching.